This kid went over to his buddy's house one day after school, and his buddy lived way out in the country. Yeah, man, this is my house. Oh, I like it. Big property, bunch of cows. They walk inside. Come on, pal, I want you to meet my parents. Okay. So he follows him into the living room. His friend's mom is sitting on the couch. His dad's in a very big reclining chair. Then he looks over at the other couch. Hi, nice to meet you. There's a full-grown cow just laying there. Looks like it's watching TV as well. Who's that? Who's what? The cow. Oh, yeah, that's Betsy. Apparently, the family raised that cow from it was a little baby. It had wandered in the house one day, jumped on the couch, and just hung out with them. So they kept letting Betsy do that. And nobody in that family thought it was weird. It was normal to them. They acted like having a 1,000-pound cow in their living room was as normal as having a golden retriever. That night, him, his friend's parents, and Betsy watched TV together. And he said, Betsy was really nice. This bully stole this kid's lunch every single day. The second this kid would sit down in the cafeteria, here he came. Hey, butt boy, give me your lunch. I hate my life. A couple months later, this kid finally got tired of this happening. So he started packing things he knew the bully would hate. Tuna sandwich, loaded with onions. Give me your lunch. Okay. The next day, leftover Brussels sprouts and a bag of deli ham. Day 3, hard-boiled eggs and sardines. The whole lunchroom smelled absolutely horrendous. After a week, out of habit, this bully goes up there to grab it. You sure you want it? No. He doesn't. And that was it. He never stole this kid's lunch ever again. That's genius. This kid's family owned a bounce house company. Every summer, they had this warehouse packed with the inflatable bouncy houses. There were obstacle courses with slides, tons of those giant blower fans to keep these things inflated. Well, one year, during the last week of school, this kid gets a brilliant idea. Monday morning comes, he walks into school carrying a giant roll of raffle tickets. $5 a ticket. Kids keep asking, so, what do you win? You'll see Friday. But I promise, it's awesome. People are curious and they're buying tickets. Some people are pooling money with their friends because they know that this has got to be good. Friday comes. It's the last day of school, and right as the final bell rings, he gathers everybody that bought a ticket. He reaches into a bucket and pulls out the first one. That kid starts screaming. Then another, then a third. 3 winners. Now he finally explains the prize. Okay, so each winner gets to pick one day this summer, and on that day, I'm gonna drop off a giant bounce house to your yard for the whole day. And people went crazy because winning didn't just mean you got a bounce house in your yard for the day. It meant your house became the place that every kid wanted to be. It was gonna be a party. And those 3 parties ended up being the biggest and best ones of that summer that nobody ever forgot. The next year, he did it again, and he sold way more tickets than the first year. He made hundreds and hundreds of dollars selling raffle tickets for things his family already had. And that, my friends, is why you gotta respect the hustle.
There's this one Shell gas station in town, and one afternoon, a middle schooler decides that he is gonna run it. So he's standing in this gas station after school one day. He grabs one of those squeegees and he just starts wiping down cars. Hey, how's it going? Just cleaning up your windshield for you. Thank you, young man. The person would then pay for gas. No, get back in your car. I'll pump it for you and I'll put it away when it's done, all right? You are so sweet. Haha. Here's a couple quarters for you. And he just does that over and over and over again. He's getting quarters, sometimes dollar bills. And the best part, the actual clerk inside the gas station is this super old guy, so he doesn't really know what's going on at all. So day after day, this kid's working there like it's a full-service gas station, cleaning cars, pumping gas, checking the air in the tires. One lady even goes inside and tells the real clerk, the new guy you hired is fantastic. We all love him. Oh! The clerk squints out the window and sees this kid wiping down a big SUV. Well, as long as he's not breaking anything, I'm fine with it. And for like a month straight, this kid ran his own after-school business at the Shell gas station and nobody stopped him. Now that is a real hustle. This 4th grader could pull his tooth out. Like fully out. Nobody knew why. Then he would put it back in and it would fit perfectly, like a Lego piece. The first time he did it, people were like, yo, what was that? That was crazy, do it again. By the next day, everybody had heard about this kid's tooth thing, and they were lining up Yo, do the tooth thing, please let me see it. And he did it every so often, but people kept asking him this for months, and it got old. So he started charging. Okay, I'll do it for a quarter. Fine, here. Well, now it's a business. But here's the rule. Only one person per quarter. If 4 kids want to see it at the same time, it's $1. And if you give him a quarter, he does it, but you missed it, that's that. You pay, you watch him do this tooth thing, you move on. At the end of the month, he's got bags and bags of quarters. People are actually paying this guy. Teachers try to shut it down eventually, but by that point, the tooth wouldn't fit in anymore. He made his money, and nobody ever knew how he was doing that with his tooth. Hey, you gotta respect the hustle.
There was an incident at this one high school that was messy. So the person that shared this story said at their high school, there was a poopatrator, okay, that would leave smeared poop paintings in the bathrooms, and no picture was the same. One kid found a poop painting of a flower and a sun. Another kid found a smiley face. One kid found a cat. This poopatrator was pooping and using the poop to finger paint on the bathroom walls. It went on for a few months. Nobody could figure out who did this, until one day that kid was caught brown-handed, using his poop to paint the Statue of Liberty in one of the school bathrooms. He was suspended and sent to therapy. This kid became a legend. It was about halfway through the year, and this kid randomly started wearing kilts to school every single day. He was bullied immediately. Hey, nice kilt, man. But instead of getting offended, all he would say was, hey, thanks. I was kidding, dude. You look super dumb. Well, I disagree. Alright, have a good one. Still, for a while, every day, he was bullied. Nice kilt. Thank you so much. I was just kidding. You look stupid. After a few months, it got to a point where people stopped bullying him. It's Kilt Kid. Should we bully him? I kind of changed my mind. He's so confident. Look at him. It makes me want to wear a kilt. The next day, Kilt Kid walks into the school wearing his kilt. Day after day, more and more kids began wearing kilts to school. What an absolute legend. The weirdest school rules ever. At this one middle school, there was a rule. The rule was
no farting in class.
Which I know farting is gross and no one wants to smell that, but if you have to fart really bad and you can't hold it in, sometimes they just come out. So to work around this, the school said if anyone has to fart during class, they must go to the bathroom to fart and then come back. Miss, I have to fart. Can I go to the bathroom? But the thing is, 9 times out of 10, the teachers would say, no, sorry, you should have farted before class. You had plenty of time. But in my experience, that's not how farting works. These teachers at the school also appointed students to be sniffers. People in that class who would keep their noses peeled. If they smelled a fart, they would tell the teacher. And then an investigation would ensue to find out who farted. Miss? Yes? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Billy farted. I smell it. It's right around here. Billy, I told you no. I couldn't help it, it just happened. Principal's office. But now.
That stinks. Why it smelled like pasta?
The ice cream truck pulled into the neighborhood. Music blasting, kids are sprinting up. One little girl ran up with some crumpled up cash in her hand. A couple minutes later, she walks back to her dad. She's not happy. Hey, what happened?
I gave him the $10 bill you gave me, but he didn't give me change back. He only gave me a lollipop. He didn't even give me my ice cream.
What?
Yeah, and then he just drove away.
Now, this dad was so mad. Who would frickin' do that to a little kid? So the next day, what that dad did was he drove to Costco and he bought a bunch of boxes of ice cream bars and ice cream treats and brings them back to the neighborhood. He set it up in coolers in his driveway and wrote a big sign. Free ice cream. Come up, everybody. Everybody is now with their kids in this dude's driveway enjoying some free ice cream. The ice cream truck comes. Come on, kids. But no one even entertains the guy. He just left. The next day he came back, but this dad was still doing the free ice cream thing. Nobody ever went to that ice cream truck again in that block. He never returned after a while. Good. What a freaking jerk. Businesses kids ran in their school. When this kid was in 5th grade, his parents always bought packets of those Mini Bites muffins, which personally I love. But for some reason, these muffins made this kid's throat hurt. But no matter how many times he told his parents, they still continued to buy those muffins. Every day, this kid's parents would put a pack of those muffins in his lunchbox, and every day during lunch, he would throw those muffins away because he did not like them, like I said. Well, one day a kid saw him throwing those away. Hey bro, why are you throwing those away? He said, I don't like them at all. They make my throat hurt, but my parents keep buying them, so I just throw them away. Well, that's when this kid said, dude, those are awesome. Why would you throw them away? I bet you many kids would buy those. And he got an idea. He soon started selling them. He began asking his parents to give him 2 for lunch every day instead of 1. And he gathered a bunch up. His parents had to start buying more boxes of these muffins because they thought their kid loved them. But little did they know, he was gathering a stockpile of these muffins up in his locker so he could sell them to students. And that's exactly what he did. He sold them to students, sometimes for $2 a bag, sometimes for $5 a bag. Sometimes, depending on how desperate somebody was, he would sell it for $15 a bag. And he ran this business for a few years. He kept a notebook of how much he made. And from 5th grade until the end of middle school, he made around $3,500. Gotta respect the hustle. This Christmas story is hilarious. The person that shared this said that she is 2 years older than her little sister. Well, when her sister was 5 years old, she had walked up to her Christmas tree a few weeks before Christmas, and she saw a giant wrapped box with her name on it. Look, Carla, this biggest present here is mine. It has my name on it. It's bigger than all of yours. Naturally, she was really mad. What the heck? She was jealous that her sister was going to get the biggest present there. Well, fast forward to Christmas morning, and they were opening up their presents. It was time for her 5-year-old sister to open up that big present that she was so excited about. All right, sweetie, why don't you open that big one right there? In your face. She opened it up in a hurry, but her excitement quickly turned to despair. What is this? It was a lamp. What am I going to do with a lamp?
Idiot.
Shut up! I hate my life. Why would you give me a lamp? Everybody liked this one guy. Yo, it's like everybody. He was popular, funny. He was always the center of every single party. So one night, there's this big party at somebody's house, and everybody's there. It's packed, there's music going, people chilling. Yo, this is a killer party, Johnny. Hey, thanks, man. I'm just honored that you're here. But you see, not everybody liked that kid. I hated him. So the kid that did not like him was talking to his friend. I just don't like the guy. Yeah, I don't like him that much anymore either. Dude, I'm in a group chat with him, and look what he's been saying. You see. He gets shown this group chat, and the popular kid is in this group chat talking trash about everybody, even his friends, even the girls he's currently hanging out with at the party. Hey, screenshot these and send me them. Okay, don't say it was me. So he gets the screenshot, and then he plugs his phone into the HDMI port of the TVs in the living room of this party, and he pulls up all the screenshots. He turns off the music. Everybody, look! And he has these screenshots of all the horrible stuff he said just right there on the TV. Wait, what? No, that's not me. People are mad. No, guys, they're jokes. I'm just joking in these. But it's too late. He had fallen from grace and he was shoved out of that party really quick. The next day he was at school, he went from popular to loser really quick. Hey, that's karma. This kid cheated on his tests in a genius way. So at his high school, whenever they took a test in a specific class, they would grade all the tests as a class. So you would be grading your own paper, but the teacher would make sure that you only had a red pen at your desk. So when you were grading your own paper, you could only use a red pen. Well, this kid had a brilliant idea. He never studied for tests. He said he didn't really want to. So what he did in this class was he took his red pen, opened it up, took out the red ink pen thing, and replaced that with a black ink pen thing. Looks like a red pen, but it's actually black. So when the teacher is giving out the answers and the students are grading their tests in the red pen, this guy would be fixing everything he got wrong. And it would look like he was grading his tests, when in reality, he was changing his answers. He said this worked every single time, and he got an A on every single test in that class. His little brother took video games so seriously. Every time he lost a match, he would lose his frickin' mind. What the? This sucks! Stomping around, throwing things, and the room right below him was the older brother's. Dude, shut up! His ceiling fan would literally be shaking every time his little brother would lose it. And this went on until 2, sometimes 3 in the morning. Now he tried asking him all the time, bro, can you please be quieter? Dude, it's lagging and I lost the game, this sucks. So he had to get creative. He logged into the house's Wi-Fi router settings on his phone. And whenever his brother began stomping or yelling or throwing things, he would change the Wi-Fi password. Just one character. Here it goes. Well, when you do that, everything in the house would disconnect. He would wait about 20 seconds and then he would change the password back. Then things would reconnect. Now at first this made his brother even more mad because the game would just be cutting out in the middle of it. But after about a week, something interesting happened. Because every time he would stomp his feet or throw something or yell, he realized the game would get weird or disconnect entirely. So it's like Pavlov. Eventually, he just stopped crashing out altogether because subconsciously, crash out means Wi-Fi bad. And finally, his older brother was able to get his well-deserved rest. I'm a genius. That's absolutely hilarious. Chad, can you please move? I want to use the water fountain. Oh, hey, Kyle. I saw you sit out during gym class today. Yeah, I forgot my uniform at home. Yeah, right. I think you made that up because you're fat and you're lazy. Do you think your parents are proud of you? I don't know. Yeah, I think. I doubt that. I bet your parents change the subject when their friends ask about you. That is not true at all. Mrs. Stevens?
Chad, hi.
You're friends with my mom, right?
Yeah, we go to the same gym. I see her every Tuesday and Thursday.
Can you call her on speakerphone right now and just ask her about me?
I'll call her right now. Hello? Hi, Carol. How are you doing? Janie Stevens. Oh my god, I'm still sore from last week. Oh my god, me too. It's like I busted my booty.
Ask her.
So how's Chad doing? How about the weather today? Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, gotta go. Good chatting. Bye.
What? Move, idiot. What the heck, bro? Oh, you gonna cry, Kyle? Huh? You gonna cry? Yeah, I don't cry, Chad. You're such a loser, dude, and I don't know why, but I hate you so much. Right, dude? I hate you, Kyle. Yeah, Kyle sucks. Shut up, Billy. You pooped your pants last year, okay? I did. Hey, don't touch my friend like that. I don't know what your problem is, Chad, but I'm guessing it's hard to pronounce. You mother. Yeah, and yours is next. Kyle, what, Chad? Nice mustard on your shirt, you frickin' slob. Whatever, man. At least I didn't fail English 3 times. Good story, man, but in what chapter do you shut up? That was good, right? What was that, man? I could eat a can of alphabet soup and poop out a better comeback than that. In fact, stay there. I'll be right back. Perfect. Hey, Chad. What? Look. How did he do that? How did he do that? Everybody called this one kid weird. Habo Scabolinda. Huh? He didn't talk much, he ate lunch by himself, always wore the same hoodie. Then there was this other kid named Mason. And Mason wasn't just a bully, he was the biggest bully in school. I'm kind of the frickin' man. He would flip people's ears in the hallway, kick people's shins for no reason. He would sometimes give kids actual swirlies in the toilet. Well, one morning, Mason's at his locker before first period, and he grabs the combination lock. He feels something. He looks at his fingers. It's brown. Thick. He sniffs it. What is this? Someone yells, "Bro, why are your hands brown? What is that smell? Bro's got poop on his hands." Mason starts wiping it on his jeans, but it just makes it worse. Now his jeans are brown. Dude, you're gross. Turns out somebody covered the combination lock to his locker with dog poop that morning. By third period, everyone's calling Mason Poop Hands. Yo, you see that guy? That's Poop Hands. And that nickname sticks. For 2.5 years, guess who was the person that put the poop on that locker? The weird kid. I know I'm weird. Sometimes people need to be humbled. He didn't tell people about that for years, but when they heard, they all thought he was a legend. And people still call the bully Poop Hands every now and then. This is the craziest story ever. When this girl was 6 years old, she was at Dairy Queen with her mom and her brothers. Well, her mom had to change the baby's diaper. So she went up to a guy sitting by himself at one of the tables, and she asked, "Hi, yeah, I have to go change my baby's diaper. Can you just watch my 2 kids for me, please?" Yeah, that's totally fine. The mom had seen this man around before, and he seemed nice, so she thought it was safe to leave her kids with him. She got done changing the baby's diaper, got the kids from this man, got their ice cream, and went home. Well, a few weeks later, they were watching the news. This just in, a child murderer has been arrested and charged with 6 counts of first-degree murder. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Turn it up, honey. His name is Brock Popovich, and this is what he looks like. That's right, the man that she left her kids with that day at Dairy Queen turned out to be a murderer. Needless to say, they all got very lucky that day. Hey Chad, what do you want, Kyle? I'm not in the mood today. I don't give a crap what mood you're in, buddy. I'm not your buddy, Kyle. Oh, I know. Remember what you did to me 2 years ago at that school dance? No? You pushed me on the ground, you forced me to eat 6 chocolate chip cookies, and you slapped me in the face with a piece of lunch meat. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can I just go now? No. You know what happens next, Chad. No. Yeah. Don't slap me. I have to. No. My mom saw you at the pet store last night with your mom. Were you getting a goldfish? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna slap you so hard that your goldfish will feel it in his tank. Hey bro, so I think I'm gonna ask Stacy to the dance. Bro, good for you, dude. You deserve it. But you might want to act quick because, look, no, they call me Mr. Suave. No, I'm kidding. But I am suave though. I'm super suave. Let's just say I lift about, 110 on a good day. You know what? I'm going up there. Hey, Stacy. Oh, hey, Kyle. What are you doing? What are you doing here, loser? Stacy, quick question. Are you inflatable? No. Why? Oh, did you hear that, Chad? She's not your type. I only bought one of those dolls and it was a joke. Yeah, right. You're just saying that in front of Stacy because you hate me. Oh, no. I'm not saying I hate you. What I'm saying is if you were dying, I would unplug your life support to charge my phone. Stacy, you, me, dance Friday? What do you say? I will see you there. Bye, Stacy. Weird things people did as kids. When this girl was around 6 years old, she lived in England. And for some reason, she thought that the Queen of England installed tiny cameras in her bathroom to make sure she was being a proper lady while she used the facilities. So every time she used the bathroom, she made sure to sit up straight, fold the toilet paper neatly, and say, "Thank you, Miss Queen," after she had finished. What a weird kid. But hey, if I thought the Queen was watching me poop, I'd have done the same thing. This person's dad is wild. When this kid was 6 years old, he went to the gas station with his father. They were very low on gas. So low, in fact, that the car ran out of gas right when they pulled up to the pump. When he got inside to pay, he realized, oh my gosh, I forgot my wallet. Okay. The thing is, I ran out of gas, so I can't leave here. Dad? Hold on, buddy. Can you just put $20 on the pump? I'll fill it up. I'll be right back with the money, though. Okay, but how do I know that you're not just gonna take the free gas and never come back? Like, I'll leave my kid here, okay? I'll leave my kid here with you. I'll go get the money, come back, and I'll take my kid, all right? My kid is collateral. Dad, no. All right, fine, yeah. Okay, I'll be back. The dad eventually came back, but that kid wasn't sure for a second. He was stranded at this gas station with a strange man for over an hour. Needless to say, he was terrified. This person had terrible luck. Years ago, this person broke his right foot. Call an ambulance. My foot's broken. After going to the hospital and weeks of having his foot in a boot, he was leaving the last appointment at the orthopedics office with his boot off and his 2 feet healthy and free. Finally. He was walking to his car when he suddenly tripped. And believe it or not, he broke his other foot. He had to go to the hospital, get his foot in a boot, and do this situation all over again. This is the weirdest kid ever. The person that shared this story said that there was a weird kid that went to their high school. It was a very big high school, more than 3,000 students. If anyone said anything to this kid that he didn't like, he would stare at you dead in the eyes and recite your address. Can you hurry up, Steven? I want to use the water fountain too. 4776 West Branch Avenue. Steven, no sleeping in class. 417 Billiards Lane. Yo, Steven. Nice hat, idiot. Your parents are divorced, right? Yeah? Why do you care? Your mom's house, 716 Burroughs Drive. Your dad's house, 524 Concrete Lane. No one knows how he got these addresses, but he knew everyone's. After high school, no one ever saw him or heard from him ever again. Black markets kids ran in their schools, a follower submission. When this kid was in 5th grade, him and his friend were hanging out outside when they came across a mysterious bush. This is what happened. Yo, Billy, come here, man. Hey, what's up, Reggie? You find that squirrel? Nah, look at this. It's berries. Yo, bro, eat one. Heck no, bro, I have a better idea. Get some Ziploc bags. Him and his friend then put as many berries as they could into Ziploc bags. They took them to school and sold them for $1 a berry behind a baseball field fence. They made about $150, but they didn't realize until later that these berries could have been poisonous and students could have gotten very sick. That's crazy. My favorite comebacks. Hey Chad, come here. Dude, I know Chad used to bully you, but you've been really hard on him the past few weeks. I don't care, Steven. Get out of my face. Kyle, I'm done with this, man. I don't want to deal with you anymore. You think I wanted to deal with you all those years? No, man. But what you're doing proves that you're no better than I am. You're the same as me. We're the same. We are not the same. Hey, Chad, if your parents got divorced, would they just go back to being brother and sister? My parents aren't related, you idiot. Yeah, right. If you were any more inbred, you'd be a sandwich. Speaking of sandwich, what'd you bring for lunch today? A sandwich? Well, I'm gonna slap you so hard that your sandwich will turn into a salad. Check your lunchbox. How did you do? Black markets kids ran in their schools, a follower submission. When this kid was in high school, he was in the auto shop class, where you learn how to fix and work on cars. Well, he was the teacher's best student, and there was an extra bay in the shop. So the teacher allowed him to use that bay for his projects and his assignments. He then had an idea. He decided that he and his friends would open up an oil change and tire rotation business in the school's extra bay in that classroom. They serviced most of the teacher's cars, and they would post their flyers around town, and actual residents of the neighborhood would come in to get their cars serviced by them as well. They had somebody working the oil change station every day from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., and they were doing a ton of oil changes every single day. Because of this hustle, they made over $250,000 in 3 years, and are now looking to start and open up their own garage. The dumbest ways people made money. This woman needed some extra money, so she went on Craigslist. She saw an ad that said, "Allow me to film you shaving your head. The pay, $600. I am definitely interested. She then met up with this dude in a parking lot somewhere, and he filmed her shaving her head. And she made $600. Up next, this kid and his friend were 12 years old. They were walking to 7-Eleven when a car comes out of nowhere and hits his friend. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, are you okay? This kid's friend wasn't hurt at all. He wasn't even hit that hard, but this guy was tweaking. Don't call the cops, okay? What do you want? Anything. 20 bucks? 20 bucks each. Okay, fine, yeah, here. 20 and 20. Okay, we good? Honestly, they should have asked for way more. When this kid was 10 years old, he lived next to this woman who had a pet parrot. This woman worked all the time, and the parrot was alone most of the day. Well, this lady was worried that her parrot was lonely and depressed, so she paid this 10-year-old kid 25 bucks every day after school to go into her house and read her parrot a story. And then the princess poisoned all of the elves in the city until they all died. I bet you like that story. This person needs to go back to school. Alright, the guy that shared the story said he used to work at a radio station, and they were taking calls from people that lived in the surrounding area. Well, a woman called to complain about a street sign. Here's how it went. Alright, next caller, you are on. Hi, yeah, thanks for answering the call. I'm a big fan of your show. Thank you so much. So what did you want to bring up to us today? Yeah, so I was driving along Horsefoot Road, and I noticed that the city put up deer crossing signs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, animal cruelty. Are you kidding me? What do you mean by that? Well, think about it, okay? The deer are gonna see that sign and they're gonna think, oh, this must be a safe place to cross the road, and then they cross and get hit by a car. Why would they put signs up like that? Ma'am, no, this is really messed up to have those signs there. Deer can't read signs. I'm pretty sure, no animals can read signs. The signs are there for the drivers to watch out for the deer, to slow down. I think deer just cross the street whenever they want. I mean, I'm not sure where you got this idea, but yeah. The woman then got pissed and started cursing at him on the air. She was then arrested a week later by police for attempting to pull up the deer crossing signs and throw them away. This high school freshman English teacher was kinda crazy. Whenever students wouldn't be quiet in class, he would straight up cuss them out in front of everybody. And if that didn't work, he had a backup plan. So I told her that no, we cannot be friends. I think you're a baddie. And she told me that she thinks I'm ugly. So I think that's not fair. I'm very handsome. Hey, Kevin! This is the second time I'm asking you to be quiet today. You know what happens now. Oh no. If students didn't listen after being cussed out, he would take the chalkboard eraser and chuck it at them as hard as he could. He didn't do this to inflict pain. He did this because he knew that chalkboard erasers would leave a mark on their clothing. So when the misbehaving students left after class was over, everyone would know who pissed off the English teacher.
Hey, yo, look at Kevin.
He messed you up, Kevin.
You're still ugly, Kevin.
One day, this preschool teacher saw a 4-year-old playing with something shiny. Johnny, what is that? It's nothing. Let me see that. It was a diamond ring. Where did you get this? It was on Mommy's dresser. And why did you take it? Because I want to give it to Stacy. I'm in love with her. You can't be giving things like that away. I'm gonna keep it. And I'm gonna give it to your mom when she picks you up, okay? 2 days later, that teacher sees Stacy playing with something weird. Stacy, what are you playing with? Let me see it. Where did you get these? Johnny gave it to me. It was the keys to a Ford truck and a bottle of cologne. Apparently, this kid thought since he couldn't give her the diamond ring, he would just take his dad's car keys and cologne and give it to her instead. One day, this guy was just chilling at his house when his grandpa comes up and asks, "Hey there, buddy, I just wanted to ask if you wanted to play some chess with me. I think it'd be fun." Ugh, Grandpa, chess is so boring. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna play on my phone, okay? Okay. Maybe next time. Well, 2 weeks later, his grandpa was on a roof, cleaning out the gutters, when he accidentally fell off the roof. His grandpa passed away that day, and to this day, this kid still wishes he would have played chess with his grandpa. So, how did I get here? Well, believe it or not, growing up, Kyle and I were neighbors. Mom, Dad, I'm going to Kyle's. Okay, sweetie, have fun. And we were actually really close throughout elementary school and the beginning of middle school. So what you want to do at recess? How about I crush you in dodgeball again? Sounds good. It was also around this time that I developed an interest in writing poetry. I wrote poems all the time. The cat's meow was as loud as its need for mice, but the mice only came when he was hurting the most. That's so good. I was proud of my poems. But before I go there, let me introduce you to my parents. That's my mom, Carla. Good mom. She worked a lot, she did what she could, but my dad is the one that kind of ran the household. That's my dad. His name is Steven. Him and I didn't really get along growing up, and he wasn't really supportive of my interests. Hey Dad, I wrote a poem, you want to hear it? Chad, no, I'm busy, okay? I don't have time to read your poem, okay? Go outside and do something. Why are you writing poetry anyway? That's so lame. Alright. So with my mom working a lot and my dad, who never showed any interest in me, I spent a lot of time hanging out at Kyle's. I enjoyed hanging out there, and Kyle's dad was really cool. Hey Chad, come on in, buddy. Kyle, Chad's here. Hey, thanks, Pops. What's up, Chad? Come on in. Things went on like that for a while. I kept writing poetry, my dad was still distant, I hung out with Kyle all the time, but it started to get to a point where I was beginning to resent Kyle, not for anything he did, but because I was jealous of the way him and his dad got along. Alright Kyle, go long, man. Go long, buddy. Nice throw, Dad. Nice throw. No, nice catch, buddy. I love you. I love you too, Dad. That moment made me jealous. It was then that I decided that I was going to write a poem so good, and I was going to make my dad read it. And once he read it, there'd be no way he wouldn't be proud of me. So I got to work. I spent hours writing this. I was finally done. It was perfect in my eyes. I went downstairs to show my dad. Hey, Dad. Yes, Chad? I wrote a poem and I really need you to read it. What happened next was the moment that shaped my entire future. It changed everything. Chad, for the last time, I need you to grow up and be a man and stop writing poetry. A week after my dad slapped me, he left us. One morning he packed his bags and he just left. And I haven't seen him since. I know. It's messed up. The slap never began with Kyle. It began with my dad, which brings me back to here. My newfound slap powers messed Kyle up pretty bad, but after a few days he was okay. And I knew at that moment that Kyle wasn't my enemy. He never was. This entire time, it's been my dad. So there I was, standing in the hallway of my high school, my hand filled with power. I let go of my anger towards Kyle, and I started a long journey. The journey to find my father and do what I've wanted to do for years. Slap him back. Sometimes teachers suck. The person that shared this story said that when she was in high school, she was one of the best art students in the school. Well, one of the assignments was that they had to design something on the computer and email it to the teacher. Well, one day in a different class, she was called down to the office.
Kayla Anderson, please come to the principal's office.
In the office was her principal, Kayla, have a seat, and her art teacher.
Hi, Kayla. Hi, what's going on? Well, I got your homework that you emailed, the graphic design project. Something was off, so I ran it in a reverse Google search. Yes, and don't even try to deny this. We caught you red-handed. But that's impossible. I made that myself. Oh, did you? Mm-hmm. Well, how come I found it on a random artist website? What is the website? Not like it matters. Read me the website. Okay, whatever. You plagiarized your project from KaylaJohnsonArt.com. Yeah, that's my website, you.
This kid ran the weirdest business, but he made money. My followers sent me the story of a business he ran. One day, this kid decided that he was gonna start charging people to read their minds. Hey, I'll read your mind for $2. You can't read minds, man. That's bullcrap. Fine then, just to prove you, this one's on the house. Your crush is gonna talk to you today. Yeah, right. And later that day, hey, Kyle. Oh my god, dude, it worked. Told you. Spread the word. Now that was most likely just a coincidence, but that kid spread the word and suddenly everyone was lining up to get their minds read by him. Business was absolutely booming. The kids at this school had a lot of money, and they were literally paying him whatever he asked for. $30. You're gonna pass the test today. $25. You'll go to the bathroom 3 times today, but one of them will be a poop. $75. Something crazy is gonna happen on the bus. In total, he's made over $1,000. This kid's mom is sus. The person that shared this story said that his friend's mom wouldn't let them watch SpongeBob. Hey, we should watch some SpongeBob. No. My mom will get so mad. Dude, she's in the other room. Like, it's just SpongeBob. She's not gonna get that mad. They're watching SpongeBob. Patrick is such an idiot. What are you doing? Oh my god, Mom, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're just watching SpongeBob. It's not a big deal. SpongeBob is not allowed in our house. Kyle, go home now. But now. Okay. And you get upstairs right now. Bring your Bible and the rosary. I'll meet you there in 5 minutes. Yes, ma'am. Dear God. Why was she so against SpongeBob, you ask? It's because she thought the holes on SpongeBob's body would induce evil, sinful, and dirty thoughts. One day, this kid came to middle school with pink eye. He didn't really tell anybody about it, because if the school knew he had pink eye, they would make him stay home. Well, this was right around the time where classes were having some of their biggest tests of the year, and students were getting stressed out. Oh dude, I couldn't study at all this week. I'm gonna fail this test, like, it's bad. I tried my best. Hopefully I passed, but you know. What's wrong with your eye, dude? I have pink eye. Oh my god, you have pink eye? Why are you here? Because they're serving chicken nuggets at lunch today. I can't miss that. Dude, if you give me pink eye right now, I'll have it by tomorrow and I won't be able to take the test. Gives me more time. Dude, alright, $10. Okay, here. Alright, you ready? Go for it. Okay. Well, word spread, and that day, this dude made $350. The school got pretty suspicious why tons and tons of students had pink eye at the same time. They couldn't really pin it on anybody. And it was a win-win. This kid made some good money, and tons of students were able to pass their tests because they had more time to study. The Haunting of Maple Street. As Halloween approached, the neighborhood of Maple Street buzzed with excitement and a hint of fear. For years, children shared stories of the old Jenkins house. Jenkins house was the creepiest, oldest house on the street that had been abandoned for decades. Mysteriously, the house remained untouched since the day Mrs. Jenkins was found dead inside. Well, on Halloween night, the neighborhood was buzzing with anticipation. Everybody was out trying to get their candy. Well, three friends, Jess, Sam, and Lucy, were walking by the old Jenkins house. But to their surprise, there was a flickering, creepy-looking sign on the front yard that said trick or treat. Oh, we shouldn't go up there, you guys. You heard those stories, right? Yeah, something doesn't feel right about this. Oh, shut up. Those stories are fake. I want my candy. Let's go. The door creaked open. It was an older lady standing there. A trick or treat? The old woman slowly turned her head up and said, "Treat? Or trick?" The three kids ran away in complete fright. The sound of laughter echoed the streets. The old Jenkins house came alive once more that Halloween. Those three kids never forgot what happened on that doorstep. The person that shared the story said that when she was a kid, her Girl Scout troop went on a field trip to the police station. For fun, they put all the Girl Scouts in one of the cells and locked it. They were going to take some pictures. But for some reason, the person that had the key left the room. And in the cell block right next to them was an actual criminal who had been arrested the day before. And this woman was wacky. Hey girls. You want to smell something really weird? I don't want to smell anything, no. I'm gonna kill you. Let us out of here, Can someone get the key, please? She's gonna kill us. That's crazy. A Christian boarding school black market. This girl went to an extremely conservative Christian boarding school. Jeans, shorts, candy, cell phones, TVs, gaming systems, movies, and clothes that had brand names were all banned. Well, naturally, a couple students started a black market. Keep in mind, everybody at this school was very wealthy. Most of them had parents who were doctors. They had to be incredibly careful, otherwise they could get expelled. But business was absolutely booming. And because they had tons of money, they didn't care how much they spent on it. One kid bought a box of Altoids for $15. Eventually, the school caught on because tons of people had banned items in their rooms. They never found out who did it because none of the customers snitched. The kids that ran this business made thousands. New black market vid on my page. Check it out right now. My favorite comebacks. Let's dive right in. I ran a 5-minute mile today. Kyle, how long was yours? Doesn't matter, Chad. No, I want to know, how long was your mile? It was 10 minutes. I timed him. So what? 10-minute mile, dude? You're so fat and lazy. You want to know why your dad left you, Chad? Don't. It's because you're as useless as Anne Frank's drum kit. What? There was this one teacher at this one high school that never let anybody use the bathroom, no matter how many times they asked. There was this one girl in class who hated this teacher, and the teacher hated her. Every day, she would always ask if she could use the bathroom, and the teacher said no. Well, on the last day of school, this girl was in this teacher's class. She asked the teacher twice if she could use the bathroom, and the teacher said no. This is what happened when she asked for the third time. "Miss, can I please use the bathroom? I really have to go." "I swear to God, if you ask me one more time, no, you may not." "Okay, fine. But just remember, you did this." The girl then stood up, stared at the teacher, and peed her pants. She got in big trouble, but she went home and told her parents about this, and her father was a urologist. Her father called the school, and this teacher got into huge trouble. You're not gonna believe this. This entitled man left a review on a mattress store. Here's what happened. So one day he was at a mattress store with his wife, and they bought a mattress. "Yeah, so I think we want, that one. Yeah, that one's perfect." "Alright, sounds good. I'll get this all settled for you." Well, fast forward 2 years, and this guy and his wife were moving to a different town. Well, the mattress wouldn't fit into the minivan. So this is what he did. He called the mattress store that he bought it from. Hi, yeah, I'm wondering if you could help me move a mattress. Move a mattress? What do you mean? I want one of the workers to come to my house and move my mattress to my new house, please. We don't do that. Why didn't you just have us deliver it to your new house? Because I bought the mattress 2 years ago. Good luck. I'll pay you.
They sold us a nice bed, but 2 years later when we were moving, they refused to help us move the bed, even after we offered to pay for it. So in our opinion, all they do is sell beds. Do not expect anything else after that.
Yeah, no. It's a mattress store, not a moving company. Weirdest breakups ever. In high school, this girl wanted to break up with her boyfriend, but she didn't know how to do it. So one day, she was hanging out with her friend. I just don't know what to say. I don't really want to talk to him in person. It's gonna be so awkward. I have an amazing idea. Hold on, pose for me, pose. Perfect. Now we're gonna post this to your Instagram. Okay. And as the caption, put, I love being single. He'll definitely get the hint. Oh my god, you're a freaking genius. And it's posted. But when her boyfriend saw it, he did not get the hint. Oh my god, he texted me. I love Pringles? Who even says that? Just text him something back. You have to end this now. Okay, I sent it. Yeah, bro, no, it was definitely autocorrect. She meant to say I love Pringles. It's happens all the time. Hold on, she just texted me. Did this woman go too far? She was in her car in the line for the Starbucks drive-thru, and the line was very long. She had been in it for about 20 minutes at this point. When a woman in a Mercedes tried to cut in front of her and the 8 cars behind her in line. Hey, no! Screw you! When they got to the order screen, as that lady was placing her order, she decided to lay on her horn every time that woman tried to talk. Yeah, I want to get, Okay, I'll have a, Okay, so I want to... Eventually, that lady got fed up and drove off without placing her order. I mean, it wasn't right for that woman to cut her off, but to waste people's time even further, she might have went too far. What do you think? He was 11 years old and he built the best sandcastle of all time. Yes, it's beautiful. It had walls, tower, a drawbridge. There was seaweed that was decorating it. It was pure art. Well, once he finished, he stepped back to admire it. And here comes this menacing teenager. Nice sandcastle, loser. And just kicks the crap out of it. Sandcastle completely destroyed. Yo, what the heck? The teenager left. This kid was upset, but he decided to take action. So he rebuilt, bigger, stronger. And this time, he buried the heaviest, pointiest rock right in the middle of the sandcastle. Covered it perfectly. You wouldn't be able to tell it was there at all. And now this sandcastle looked even better than the first one. It's perfect. But as he suspected, the menacing teenager came by again. Oh, so you're just gonna rebuild it and think I wasn't gonna come back? The teenager pulled his leg back, he's getting ready, and he just kicks it. Remember the rock the kid buried in there? Destroyed this kid's foot. Oops, shouldn't have kicked it, man. The kid limped away, crying to his mom. Some people gotta learn the hard way. Hey, awesome. This school secretary is horrible for this. This guy said that when he was in 7th grade, he was in English class when the school secretary came on the intercom to say something.
Good afternoon. Can you please send Kayla Stevens to the office? Her dad just died. Thank you.
That girl's father had just passed away from a heart attack an hour before this, and her mom came in to pick her up from school. And somehow the school secretary thought that announcing to a 12-year-old that her dad was dead in front of her entire class was a good idea. It was not. This kid is an absolute legend. When this kid was growing up, he had somehow grown a tail. Well, by the time he was in 6th grade, he had to get it surgically removed. The surgery was a success, but he had stitches where the tail had to be removed. He was given a doctor's note to bring to class, to let his teachers know that he was supposed to sit on a soft cushion, because stitches. Well, one of his teachers wasn't having it. Hey, no, you can't sit on that unless you have a cushion for everyone in this class. But sir, I have a doctor's note. I don't care. These chairs are way too hard. I have stitches. Listen, you rabbit's foot prick. You're gonna man up and sit down, okay? So what he did was, on purpose, he sat down on that stiff chair as hard as he possibly could. So hard that his stitches tore, and he started bleeding all over the place. Go to the principal's office right now. He was sent to the principal's office. When he got there, he told the principal what happened, and the principal was on his side. However, the worst part about this was the teacher didn't get in trouble at all. My favorite comebacks. Come on, loser. Come on, Kyle. Keep up. This is gym class, not nap time. You know what, Chad? Screw you, man. Excuse me? Yeah, screw you, man. You're mean for no reason. Shut up. It's because you're a loser, you're ugly, you're slow, and you're lazy. No one here likes you, bro. Nobody. If you keep bullying, man, you're gonna regret it, I promise you. Oh, really? Yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna punch me? No, I'm gonna slap you. Oh, you're gonna slap me? Oh my god, I'm so scared. He's gonna slap me, guys. But my slap is different. Oh yeah, how? Because I'm gonna slap you so hard that my hand will be recognized at graduation. Oh, shut up. Stacy Curtin. Kyle Johnson. Kyle Johnson's hand.
Slap Chad!
The people have spoken. Chad, get up here. No. Oh. Now. The worst things teachers have done. One day in elementary school, this girl was sitting in her class. She had asthma, and her asthma was acting up, so she was using her inhaler. Okay. Anyway, 2 plus 2 is... 2 plus 2 is 4, that's right, yeah. So, and 3 plus 3 is... Jessica, please. Are you kidding me? Apparently, the teacher couldn't teach because this girl using her inhaler was too distracting. So this is what she did. Give me that. I'm gonna put this in the office. Whenever you want to use it, you have to go to the office to use it, okay? Well, the next day, in that same class, that same girl was having trouble with her asthma again. So she asked, Miss, can I go to the office? I need to use my inhaler really bad. Not right now, Jessica. We're in the middle of a very important lesson, okay? She had a full-blown asthma attack. To the point where the paramedics were called, and she had to be taken to the hospital. That teacher was fired the next day. This school is doing too much. The person that shared this story went to a Catholic middle school with a dress code and everything. A part of that dress code was that students had to wear a tie every single day. Good morning, everyone. Get to class. Come on, come on. Kevin, where's your tie? And if somebody wasn't wearing a tie, they would get a detention, Kevin. You have a detention. Well, the school took this rule a little too far. There were a lot of kids that would walk home from school every day, and they wanted to extend this rule. They said,
If you're a student that walks home, your tie must remain on until you get to your house.
Which is weird, but okay, no one's watching. Wrong. The principal hired people to stand on the main road, checking to make sure these kids who walked home had their ties still on. And if they didn't have their tie on when they were walking home, they would get a detention. That is the craziest thing I have ever heard. Secrets people are taking to the grave. When this person was 14 years old, his great uncle Jack was staying at his family's house. Well, one day, the only people in the house was this kid and his uncle. Well, apparently Uncle Jack had a bit too much to drink, and he fell down the stairs. He was bleeding out. Well, this kid heard the noise and checked to see what happened. That's when he saw his uncle laying on the ground bleeding. He wanted to call the ambulance right then and there, but he passed out at the sight of blood. He woke up 30 minutes later and immediately called an ambulance. However, it was too late. Uncle Jack had already passed away. Rest in peace, Jack. Weird things that happened at a friend's house. When this kid was 9 years old, he was hanging out at his friend's house when he had to go to the bathroom. Number 2. A couple minutes later, his friend's dad went in the bathroom. He then came out and said this, Alrighty, we have a problem. Kyle, did you take a poop in my bathroom? Yeah, I did. Now, why in God's name would you do that? Because I had... Do you know how disrespectful that is? In my toilet. If you had to take it, you should have gone to your own house. But sir, I had to go to the bathroom. I don't care. I'm calling your mom right now, and I'm telling her you are never allowed here ever again. Hi, Mrs. Stevens. This is Mr. Johnson. Your son is disgusting, and I hate him. What? I am so confused. We are here with Steve. And Steve is not a big fan of his grandma, especially around the holidays. Can you tell us why that is, Steve? Yeah, well, my grandma's a grade A hole. She would give me the worst Christmas gifts ever. One year, she gave us a VHS tape of the Bible. And this was in 2012, so no one still had a freaking VHS player, you know. I threw that away. Okay, what else? When I was 10, she gave me a guitar for Christmas, and then she made me pay her back for it the week after. Yeah, and I had to pay her back. Because she's a scary woman. I am so sorry, Steve. Did anything else come to mind? Yeah, one year she gave me a gumball machine with expired candy in it. She kept the key to get the money out. She said that the money I used to put in there is payment for the machine. She would come and collect that money once a month. That is super petty. Craziest one yet was actually last year. She gave me a cooking pan, but there was still eggs in it from the last time she used it. I actually have a picture here. Is she still alive? No. Thank God. This teacher is the worst. When he was 9 years old, he had a teacher that hated him. He was kind of a chubby kid, and one time he didn't do his homework and she flipped out. This is your workbook. You're supposed to do homework in your workbook. I don't see your homework. She was flipping through it so hard she ripped a bunch of pages. But she wasn't done. She then, in front of the entire class, started screaming at him even more. You know what, Kyle? You're probably too busy stuffing your face with sandwiches and Twinkies that you didn't have time to do your homework. You're so fat. She then made him go to the back corner of the classroom and stand there with his hands straight up in the air until class was over. Hands up, Kyle. He went home and told his parents what happened. The next day, they came into school with him. They went to her room and asked why she did that. To which she replied, I'm sorry, I don't recall that happening. I think your kid might be making it up. I'm sorry. When this kid was in 4th grade, his glasses broke. Oh man. But it didn't really matter, because in most of his classes, he sat in the front row, so he could still see. Well, after a few days of going to class without his glasses, one of his teachers said, Kyle, I see you still don't have your glasses. Are they still broken? Yeah, but it's fine. I can still see the board. The thing with this teacher, though, was that she would always write assignments on the board for students to work on during class. She would never explain the assignments. Students would just read the board and then do their work. But anyway, she said, Kyle, it's been 4 days now. Your parents should have gotten you new glasses at this point. You're sitting in the back of the class. Okay. Alright, so this is what needs to be done before the end of class, okay? Get to work. Oh, I can't see it. What the heck? Sit down, Kyle. Hey, Stacy, can you tell me what the board says? Yeah, it says, Stacy, don't you dare tell him what it says. I'm teaching him a frickin' lesson. I hate my life. Dumbest rules parents made their kids follow. When this person was growing up, his parents wouldn't allow him to use public restrooms at all. Even on trips to Disney World. If he had to go to the bathroom, they had to go all the way back to the hotel, which is bogus. When he was in elementary and middle school, at the start of every year, his parents would call the teachers and told them to let them know if their son ever used the public bathroom. If he was caught using the public bathroom at school, his parents would punish him when he got home. Growing up, there was no place he could safely use the bathroom other than his home without getting in trouble. When he got to high school, the parents tried the same thing. They called the teachers and said, let us know if he ever uses the public restroom. The teachers in high school thought that was weird, and they never followed through. So he got away with using the bathrooms in high school. But it wasn't until college, where this kid was finally allowed to use any public bathroom he wanted without fear of being punished by his crazy parents. When this girl was in elementary school, she got in trouble for using a big word. Something upset her in class, and she used the word vexed, which means annoyed, frustrated, worried. Well, the teacher overheard and yelled at her. The teacher said that she should have just used the word angry. Well, her teacher then sent a note to her mom explaining the situation. Her mom marked the teacher's note for errors in red pen and sent it back to her with a note that read, when you can use proper English, you can correct hers. Legendary mom. The worst Christmas gifts ever. When this girl was 15 years old, she really wanted a dog. And her parents knew it because she was always asking them if they could get one. Well, one Christmas morning, after most of the presents were unwrapped, her parents went downstairs to grab one last gift for her. Oh my gosh, I wonder what this is. Her parents then came upstairs carrying a giant box with holes in it, almost as if there was a living creature inside. Okay, are you ready? Oh my god, I think I know what this is. Convinced there was a live puppy inside this Swiss cheese looking box, she unwrapped it, super excited to meet her new pet. But as she opened the box, she saw a stuffed animal dog that when you squeezed its paw, it barked. What is this? You said you wanted a dog. Why would you put holes in the box?
I hate you.
When this kid was in 6th grade, he asked his teachers if he could get paid to clean up gum from under desks and chairs. They said sure. So he was getting paid $5 every time he cleaned up gum. Well, the principal found out about this and asked him if he could clean up the gum from under the tables in the lunchroom. He said sure. It was a nice little side hustle, but then he had a brilliant idea. He was gonna start selling gum. So he started buying these packs. This one's only $5 from Target. It's 8 packs with 15 pieces of gum in each pack. That's 120 pieces of gum, and he sold each piece of gum for 50 cents. He was making $60 after selling one whole thing of gum. But here's the kicker. Every time he sold somebody a piece of gum, he asked them when they were done with the gum if they could put it underneath desks or the lunchroom tables. So he would have to clean up the gum more often and make even more money. His teacher said he has a thing he does whenever he loses control of his class. He grabs a stapler and says, "Anyone want to put a staple in my hand? The physical pain would be nothing compared to how I feel right now, when all I want to do is help you guys reach your full potential, but you don't care." Somebody then usually doubts his seriousness and says, "Yeah, I'll put a staple in your hand." That's when he walks up to their desk, puts the stapler down, and puts his hand down and says, "Do it." The students usually give a nervous giggle and they pretend to do it, but they never do. Well, one day he did this little stunt again, and a student was like, "Yes, mister, I'll put a staple in your hand." He brings a stapler over, puts his hand down, and the student actually staples his hand. He didn't freak out or anything. He calmly looked at his hand, asked, "Did that really happen?" Pulled the staple out while blood trickled down, and he said, "Are we done? Can I go back to teaching now?" All the students were completely shocked. The kid that did it felt so bad that he stapled his own hand at the end of class. People who were legends in their high school. There was this one teacher at this one high school that never let anybody use the bathroom, no matter how many times they asked. There was this one girl in class who hated this teacher, and the teacher hated her. Every day, she would always ask if she could use the bathroom, and the teacher said no. Well, on the last day of school, this girl was in this teacher's class. She asked the teacher twice if she could use the bathroom, and the teacher said no. This is what happened when she asked for the 3rd time. "Miss, can I please use the bathroom? I really have to go." "I swear to God, if you ask me one more time, no, you may not." "Okay, fine, but just remember, you did this." The girl then stood up, stared at the teacher, and peed her pants. She got in big trouble, but she went home and told her parents about this, and her father was a urologist. Her father called the school, and this teacher got into huge trouble. The dumbest rules parents had their kids follow. When this girl was in high school, her parents had this very strict rule. "All right, love you guys, I'm going to my friend's house." "Okay, don't forget the rules." "I won't." The rule was this. She had a curfew every night, and for every minute she was late after curfew, she would be grounded for a week. So if she was 2 minutes late coming home, she would be grounded for 2 weeks. Well, one day she was stuck behind a train. Come on, come on, come on. It was one of those long trains. You know what I'm talking about. Well, it was passing for 10 minutes, causing her to be 10 minutes late, Marissa. Do you know what that means? You were 10 minutes... Honey, please, I got this. No. 10 minutes late is what? 10 weeks. Excuse me? 10 weeks. 10 weeks. Very good. You're grounded for 10 weeks. Now get to your room. Oh, God, I hate them so much. Stupid rule. What the heck? What's a pineapple doing in here? When this kid was in middle school, he bought a shoe customization kit, and he was skilled enough to design stuff like this on people's shoes. Well, he decided to start a business. He charged kids $10 for him to customize their shoes. But more and more people started getting interested in this, and business started booming. So he raised his price to $50 per customization. Things were going great, and he was running this business for 3 months. Until one day, the vice principal walked in on him in the bathroom designing some shoes. The vice principal saw him and told him that he had to ask the principal if he could continue. Well, the principal said, "Yeah, for sure, keep going." And he did. He continued this business for 7 months. But then one day, a school board official was visiting the school, and the school board official caught him in the bathroom as well. He was then shut down completely. In total, he made about $11,000. That's insane. "Hey, what's up, Dad?" "Hey there, son, how was school?" "It was fine. Got a lot of homework to do, but how was work?" "Ugh, not one customer today. I made 0 money, but that's not your problem. Don't worry about it." Okay. Yeah, that sucks.
My dad owns his own tire shop, but it's super slow. He's been very sad. So I had an idea. That next morning before school, I went into my garage and I got every single sharp nail I could find and I shoved them into my backpack. I then rode my bike to the neighborhood by my dad's shop and I threw nails all over the streets. Tons of them.
"Hey, what's up, Dad?" Oh, hey son, how was school? It was pretty good, man. How was work? So many customers today. There was a line down the block. Apparently everyone blew their tires out this morning or something. I was very busy. It was a good day. That's good to hear, Dad. I'm really happy for you. This kid had a horrible lunchroom experience. He was in first grade and it was lunchtime. The school was serving popcorn chicken that day. But this school was kind of weird. They didn't have ketchup packets for students to take. Instead, the vice principal would pass ketchup bottles down the tables. Kids would take how much they needed and keep it going. Well, when the bottle got to this kid, he accidentally poured a lot of ketchup on his plate. The vice principal saw this. You. Yeah, that's a lot of ketchup. It was an accident. You're gonna finish it, right? Yeah, of course I'm gonna eat all my chicken. You're gonna finish that ketchup, right? What? You're gonna eat all of that ketchup, and if you don't, you're going to the principal's office. When the popcorn chicken was gone, there was still a crap ton of ketchup on his plate. So, he had to eat it with a spoon. Keep going. Keep going. That night when he got home, he told his mom what happened. The mom called the school, and the vice principal that made him eat that ketchup was fired. This high school made a huge mistake. All of the boys' bathrooms at this one high school were shut down by the school because somebody was stealing toilet paper. So they closed down the bathrooms until the person who was stealing toilet paper turned themselves in. Well, that's not fair to the other students. For about a week, the boys' bathrooms were closed, and the boys were getting very upset by it. How can they lock the bathrooms? That's super unfair to us. What if I had to poop? I have to poop right now. Me too, I can't take this anymore. I've been holding it in every single day. It can't be good for me. Boys, I have an idea. Everyone here holding your poops. After lunch, at exactly 1:15 p.m., stand on your desks and take a dump right there. If we all do it, we can't get in trouble. Spread the word. The second the clock hit 1:15, this is what happened. A total of 25 dudes pooped on their desks in the middle of class. The teachers were horrified. They tried to get them in trouble, but they could do nothing about it because the bathrooms were locked down. The school actually got into huge trouble for denying people bathroom privileges, and the poop incident went down in history.
আমি না হয় আঙ্কেলকে ফোন দিয়ে বলি যে আমার আপনাকে পছন্দ হয়নি, আপনি যেভাবে বলবেন আমি সেভাবে করে দিচ্ছি।
করো না, আমার হচ্ছে জুতা চুরি করে ফেলছে। হ্যাঁ, খালি পায়ে ঠোসা পড়তেছে। আমার অনেক মারে, আমাকে মেরে ফেলবে। আমি তো পাগল না, আমি বুঝাইছি। হ্যালো ব্রাদার, সিগারেট।
ময়লা ময়লা চুল আরাম হবে, আরাম লাগে।
চুলে শ্যাম্পু।
চুলের শ্যাম্পু। কি একটু পানি দিয়ে নেই?
বগলের চুল।
জি হ্যালো, আসসালামু আলাইকুম ডক্টর, আমি জুই বলছিলাম। জি ভালো আছি। আচ্ছা, আমাকে একটু আদনানের ব্যাপারটা একটু ক্লিয়ার করে বলা যাবে কি? কোনো কি উপায় নেই?
যখন টাকা হবে তখন নিয়ে যাবো। তারপর সেই জাহাজ নামাবো কোথায় জানো? সমুদ্রে। ইসেন, আমি পাগল না। আমি এটা খেলে কি তোমাকে মারবা?
না, তুমি তো খাচ্ছ, আমি কি তোমাকে মারতেছি?
কবিগুরু রবীন্দ্রনাথ ঠাকুর বলেছেন, সব ষড়যন্ত্র এই মির্জাফরের।
বাবা বারবার বলতেছে কারা জানি কেউ মারছে, একটু সাহস হয়েছে নাকি?
জানি না।
জানি না মানে? আমি তো ভাবলাম একটু একটু বেড়েছে, তা না হলে এখানে ডাকলে
ও সরি, আমি আমার কাকে কি বলি? তুমি তো আমার 1,00,000 টাকা বেতনের চাকরিই করো না, তুমি কিভাবে দিবা?
আমি বুঝি আমার মেয়ের সিকিউরিটি। শোনো, তোমাকে 15 লাখ টাকাই দিতে হবে একটা।
কিন্তু আমি এখানে এক মুহূর্ত আর থাকবো না, আমার এখানে দম বন্ধ হয়ে মারা যাবো আমি।
শৈলী রাতে বাড়িতে চলে এসেছে, তাছাড়া
তুমি যাচ্ছ বিপরীতে, আবেগ বাড়ছে বহু।
ভাই আজকে না ভাই, বুঝছেন কাজের চাপও বেশি আর বাসায় ফিরতে হবে। সিঙ্গেল মোড
মানে পরিচিত কোনো আদার্স ভালো অপশন যদি থাকে সেখানেও আমাকে একটু রেফার করেন।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, তুমি প্যারা নিও না।
ওইভাবেই বাবার সাথে কথা বলবো। এখন তুমি কি বলো বলো, কিন্তু এখন আমাদের একটা সুস্থ জীবনে ফিরে আসা উচিত, একটা নর্মাল লাইফ লিড করা উচিত।
না হলে না হবে, আমার কোনো প্যারা নাই তো। আরে চাকরিটা
আর কত বলবো তোরে? শোনো মা, প্রোগ্রাম আছে, ওটা শেষ করেই আসবে, আমাকে বলেছে, কথা হয়েছে।
আর আসছে যেমন ছেলে।
হ্যাঁ বাবা।
একটা ভালোবাসাকে, একটা সম্পর্ককে, আমার আসলে দুটো নারী থেকে একটা নারীকে বেছে নিতে হয়েছে।
যেখানে কোনো সম্ভাবনা নেই সেখানে আপনার জীবন জড়িয়ে নষ্ট করে কি লাভ?
আমার একটা মা আছে, হ্যাঁ, মার কোলের ভিতরে তো বসে থাকি, দায়িত্ব অনেক।
তোর তো কিছুই ঠিক নাই, তুই আমার সাথে আয় তো আয়। আমার সাথে আয় না।
এক মিনিট আপনার একটা মাস্টার্স কোর্স করতে হবে। Why? What is this, man?
আমি চাই তুমি ভালো থাকো। আর শোনো, যে জাহাজটা যদি সত্যি সত্যি বানাও তাহলে আমাদেরকে ইনভাইট করো। হ্যাঁ,
তুমি সারাক্ষণ সমুদ্রের সাথে ফিসফিস করে কথা বলবে আর আমি হিংসে করব। আমার হয়তো একটু সাহস বেড়েছে, বোকা ছেলেটা প্রেমে করেছে। আর বিড়ি নিয়ে গেছে, বিড়ির প্যাকেট একটাও ছাড়ে নাই, সবগুলো দুমড়ে মুচড়ে বের হয়ে চলে গেছে। খাবো কি?